Hi guys, my name's Fiona Luca. I am the founder and owner of the Talking Youth podcast and the director of Move with Fiona Luca. I'm a yoga, Pilates and dance teacher. I'm a mindfulness and mindset coach, and I'm here to help support you guys for the next 6 sessions and provide you with some tools and some knowledge on mindfulness and meditation. So the whole purpose of this program, Mindful Minutes, is to do just that. It's to give you guys takeaways so that all these things that I share with you in these videos, you can actually apply to your life and support you in moments of stress, overwhelm, anxiety, frustration, anger, fatigue, all of the above. And I know at the moment loads of that stuff is going on, more so than ever. Homeschooling, restrictions from seeing your friends, from going out and exploring this big wide world. So I hope that these sessions can support you and guide you, and I hope that you can really take away some great tips to not just support you during this time, but for the rest of your life. Okay, so what is mindfulness? A very basic way I could explain mindfulness is that it is being mindful in every one of our day-to-day actions. So it's becoming aware of the way that we operate in this world, aware of the emotions that play out often in our mind and our heart, aware of the way that we speak to ourselves and to each other, and aware of our actions and our reactions. Now, once we build this awareness, once we start to learn a lot more about ourselves, then we actually can make educated and informed choices on how we operate and work in this world. So that's why these sessions are going to be really practical. Not only will I just be talking to you and giving you advice, I'll also be really trying to encourage you to journal write and do the worksheets every couple of weeks so that you guys are putting it to practice. Because my theory on mindfulness is that we know a lot, right? How often do you say, I know? We learn a lot of knowledge, we gain a lot of knowledge rather at school. We're constantly told by parents and adults how to do things, how to say things. We read books, we listen to podcasts and TV shows, but how much of what we know do we actually apply? One of the most amazing tools you could ever discover is the power of your breath, and that's what today's focus is on. Now, did you know that we breathe 23,000 times a day? That's 23 in-breaths and 23 out-breaths. And most of those are done unconsciously. So I can assure you that you probably spend very little time and energy focusing on how to breathe, right? So guys, today I'm going to inform you as to how powerful the breath is and how to use it effectively to support you during those times of angst, frustration, overwhelm. So we have 2 types of nervous systems, right? We have the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and restore. This is when our organs work really optimally because there's new, fresh blood supply to all of our organs. This is when we feel grounded and calm because we're not kind of in our head all in a frenzy. So to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, we need to do things that calm ourselves. And one of the most powerful tools to do that is your breath. That includes diaphragmatic breathing, so breathing from the belly, nice deeply all the way up to the chest, and then exhaling slowly. So it's the exhale that's the key, right? The longer the exhale, the more you will stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. When our parasympathetic nervous system is stimulated, it releases hormones that calm the stress hormone. Does that make sense? So when we're feeling stressed and anxious and kind of up here, do you all know what I'm talking about? Your breaths are really shallow, right? That's actually not stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system at all. That's instead stimulating the sympathetic nervous system. Therefore, it's not releasing any hormones to help you calm down. So if you stay up in this state for a long time, it gets worse and worse and worse. Have you felt it? You start to feel anxious, you feel that feeling arise, you start to become aware of the anxiety, then you start to sit in the anxiety, and then suddenly you're completely riddled with anxiety. It just becomes so overwhelming you can't breathe. Have you had that experience before? I have, many times, yeah? So it's the breath that has the power to calm the nervous system. When we are flipped over onto the other side and we're in the sympathetic nervous system, that's when we're in the flight and fright. That's when often we feel that kind of burst of energy after quick cardiovascular exercise or when we're nervous or anxious about something. And that's using breath in a whole nother way. Today we're going to focus on the power of the breath to calm our nervous system. Because when our nervous system is all the way up in high working order, we don't think logically. We can't make sense of the world. We can't make decisions. We can't focus. We can't express ourselves openly and honestly. Can you relate? Of course we can't. But what we can do is use the breath to help calm us in those situations, to help support us in those situations. So guys, let's go back to diaphragmatic breathing. This is breathing from the belly. So what I would like you to do is just cup your hands on your rib cage. And I want you to just poke around on that rib cage and note if you can feel that puffy sensation. That's your diaphragm. I'm sure many of you are already aware of this, especially if you do things like singing or playing an instrument where you have to diaphragmatic breathe. So, diaphragm needs to expand like we're inflating a balloon. So as you breathe in, I want you to notice how the diaphragm blows up underneath your palms. It expands. And as you exhale, notice how the balloon or the diaphragm deflates and the fingers draw back toward the rib cage. Good. So through the nose, inhale. And now I want you to try and make the calmest, longest exhale you can. Good. Can we try two more of those? Breathe in. And breathe out. And last one, you guys. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Now the reason why I've termed the breath powerful is because we have access to it every single moment of the day. So whilst you are in complete flurry of an emotion, that anxious, overwhelmed, stressed emotion, you can use your breath instantaneously, straight away to support you in that moment. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to look for it. You don't have to get it off somebody else. You already have it. This is why it's so potent and so powerful. So can you rest your palms on your lap and just cross your legs or find yourself in a comfortable seated position if you haven't already. And all I'm going to ask you to do is to breathe in from the belly for 4 counts and then breathe out for 6 counts. Because remember, the longer we exhale, the more so we tap into our parasympathetic nervous system, okay? So feel free to close down your eyes. I'm going to. I find that it's really nice to focus on my breath with my eyes closed. And just feel how your sit bones ground into the mat or the carpet or wherever you are underneath you. And from there, can you grow your spine a little taller and draw your chin toward your chest? Okay guys, we're going to do 4 rounds of diaphragmatic breathing, inhaling for 4, exhaling for 6. When you're ready, breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If that's a little long, don't panic. Stay calm when you breathe out. Try it again. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try it again. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. Don't worry about the counts. Just try and stay calm and really increase the length of your exhale. Just notice as you increase that length in the exhale, notice what that does to your body. Have you relaxed a little? Has your body softened a little? Maybe you're not tensing through the shoulders or the jaw even anymore. Maybe you feel a little calmer in your nervous system. Maybe a little softer through your muscles and your bones. Nice one. How powerful is that? Did you notice any change in your state of being, in your mental being, in your emotional being? The breath is so powerful, you guys. So when you're in a state of frenzy, you feel anxious, you feel like you're breathing really shallow all the way up in your chest, start to really notice an inhale through the belly and then a long, slow, calming exhale, and realize that that has the power to support you during that moment so very much. So perhaps that's a tool you can now put in your back pocket and flip it out anytime you need it, and know that when you are feeling those overwhelming feelings, it's okay. They don't define you. They're not who you are. And you do have a tool on hand instantaneously that you can flip out and use and support you during that time. The breath is really powerful, so happy breathing, you guys. And maybe you could even set an alarm on your phone in the morning and in the night to really nourish yourself by doing 4 to 6 really deep belly breaths in and out, so that you're calm before you start your day and you're calm before you go to sleep at night. Namaste. Thanks for listening.